Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. It's going to be a quicker show today. We just have NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs, MLB, soccer. We have the portfolio, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the NBA playoffs. Interesting night last night. One awesome game and one disappointing game. Knicks over the Pacers 121-117 to take a 1-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Jalen Brunson just does it again and again. And Miles Turner was really good in the first half, kind of dipped in the second half. But the Knicks get it done on their home court. Despite some questionable calls and no calls. So credit the Knicks for taking advantage of favorable calls and getting the job done. T-Wolves over the Nuggets 106-80 to take a 2-0 series lead. Anthony Edwards is just a man on a mission. But it was Karl Anthony Towns actually led the Timberwolves in scoring. Actually, no, it was him and Edwards each had 27, and Naz Reid was awesome, as was Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So, good on the T-Wolves, and now the Nuggets are down 0-2, going back to Minnesota, and this series won't resume until Friday, and you know that crowd is going to be absolutely raucous on Friday night. 2 games tonight, both game 1, 7 o'clock on TNT, Cavs Celtics. Without Kristaps Porzingis, my line is Boston by 8.5, total 224 and 2/5. And the line is 11.5 in favor of the Celtics. Total is... Oh, no, it's 12 and 210. I like the over only because of the possibility somebody gets hot from 3. I've been on NBA playoff overs pretty much this whole time. But I think there's a chance the Cavaliers actually cover the spread here without Porzingis. Maybe the Celtics only win by 11 or 10. But I think this could be a closer than expected game 1. And then at 9:30 on TNT, Mavs Thunder game 1. Rounds the Thunder by 6.5, total 231 and 7/20, and it's 3.5 and 218. 3.5 I think is extremely low to some. But OKC has a really good home court. I would lay it with the Thunder, although I did pick the Mavericks to win the series. Total's 218, but I do like the over as well. So at gunpoint, I think the Cavs cover 12 and OKC covers 3.5. Now move on to the Stanley Cup playoffs. We only had one game last night, and it was in the Eastern Conference, and the Boston Bruins come out and put on a 5-1 clinic over the Florida Panthers to take a 1-0 series lead. That was an impressive win from Boston to get that series going, and Jeremy Swayman was just amazing in this game. But good on Boston for getting off to a good start here. 2 games tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN, Hurricanes Rangers from MSG. Rangers have a 1-0 series lead. Now are favored in the series after winning game 1. The Carolina Hurricanes are minus 120. The Rangers are even money. Over under 5.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Canes minus 1.5 is plus 215. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 265. Minus 120 on the money line's a little too rich. I do think Carolina's going to win the game. And I'm going to say the Hurricanes in regulation. Trying to find that line. Carolina in regulation's locked right now. But you know that's going to be at plus money. I just think it's a good bounce back effort by them after looking somewhat lethargic in game 1, despite almost coming back and tying that game. So I'm going to say the Canes win game 2 to even up 1-1 going back to Raleigh. And the other game one tonight, 9:30 ESPN, Avalanche Stars. So, 1 game 2 and 1 game 1. The Stars are minus 120. The Avs are plus 106. Over under 6.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Avs plus 1.5 is minus 240. Stars minus 1.5 is plus 195. I'm going to go with the over. Only because I think that Georgiev, I don't know. I feel like he could give up some soft ones. And this has all the makings of 4-3. So I'm going to take the over in the spot at even money. Now move on to baseball. We'll talk about the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. Phillies over the Giants 6-1, so best bet hits. Guardians over the Tigers 2-1. Pirates over the Angels 4-1. Rays over the White Sox 8-2. Royals over the Brewers 3-2. Padres over the Cubs 6-3. Twins over the Mariners 3-1. Mets over the Cardinals 4-3. Rangers over the A's 4-2. Dodgers over the Marlins 6-3. 3:30, so an afternoon game, Rangers-A's. Jose Urena and Ross Stripling. So, the Rangers are minus 118. The A's are even money over under 8. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 134. A's plus 1.5 is minus 162. I'm going to take the A's at even money. I think they bounce back here. I don't like Jose Urena at all. To me, he's not a competent MLB starting pitcher. And the A's have been surprisingly decent this season. So I'm going to take the A's at even money. 6 o'clock, Tigers Guardians. Kenta Maeda and Logan Allen. Guardians minus 126. Tigers plus 108. Over under 8.5. Minus 110 each way. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 195. Guardians minus 1.5 plus 160. I like the over, despite no Stephen Kwan for the Guardians. 6:30 Angels Pirates. Patrick Sandoval and Quinn Priester. Pirates minus 132. Angels plus 112. Over under 8. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 184. Pirates minus 1.5 is plus 52. I like the over. And so much for me picking the Angels yesterday. Bad pick. Mitch Keller bounced back. So, that was just a incorrect pick. D-backs, Reds, Zach Gallen, Frankie Montas. D-backs minus 126. Reds plus 1.8 over under 8.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. D-backs minus 1.5 is plus 22. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 46. Like the under at even money. Blue Jays Phillies. Jose Barrios and Christopher Sanchez. Phils minus 30. Jays plus 110 over under 8. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Jays plus 1.5 is minus 188. Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 55. Like the under at minus 105. 6:45 O's Nats. Corbin Burns, Trevor Williams. O's minus 20, Nats plus 184 over under 8.5. Overs minus 105, unders minus 115. O's minus 1.5 is minus 125. Nats plus 1.5 is plus 104. I like the under here as well. Both of these guys have been really good this year. 6:50 White Sox Rays. Michael Soroka, Zach Eflin. Rays minus 250. White Sox plus 205 over under 8. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. White Sox plus 1.5 and Rays minus 1.5 is minus 10 each way. The White Sox have been a little frisky lately compared to what they were to start the season. So I'm going to go with the over. A rare over in a White Sox game. 7 o'clock on TBS, Astros-Yankees. ALCS rematch from 2022. Justin Verlander, Luis Heel. Yanks minus 118, Astros even money over under 8, overs minus 122, unders even money. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 662. Yanks plus 1.5 is minus 196. Tough one, but I'm going to take the Astros at even money. Verlander owns the Yankees. But if he looks washed up, that's a bad decision to pick the Astros by me. And I picked the Stros based on what the line opened at. So that's why people were like, oh, the Yankees at minus 118. Is that too good to be true? I think it's too good to be true. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, obviously, but I'm taking the Stros at even money to kick off that series. Next, we have Red Sox Braves at 720. Cutter Crawford and Reynaldo Lopez. Braves minus 172. Red Sox plus 144. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 154. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 128. I like the under. I like a lot of these unders. Next, 7:30 Brewers Royals. Colin Reyes, Seth Lugo. Royals minus 130. Brewers plus 110. Over under 9. Minus 110 each way. Brewers plus 1.5 is minus 184. Royals minus 1.5 is plus 152. I like the under at even money. Padres Cubs. Randy Vasquez and Shota Imanaga. Cubs minus 152. Padres plus 128. Over under 9. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Padres plus 1.5 is minus 154. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 128. This is a tough one because I like Randy Vasquez. He was really good with the Yankees. But even Naga has been one of the best pitchers in baseball this whole season. So the pick here is going to be Padres under 3.5 runs at plus 110. Mariners Twins. Emerson, Hancock, Bailey Ober. Twins minus 144. Mariners plus 132. Over under 8. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Mariners plus 1.5 is minus 164. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 136. I like the over. Mets Cards at 7:45. Jose Budo and Miles Mikolas. Cardinals minus 126. Mets plus 108. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Mets plus 1.5 is minus 192. Cards minus 1.5 is plus 158. I like the Mets at plus 108 outright as a dog. 8:30 Giants Rockies. Kyle Harrison, Dakota Hudson. Giants minus 166. Rockies plus 140. Over under 10.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Giants minus 1.5 is minus 102. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 118. I'm going to lay the run line with the Giants bounce back spot. Minus 1.5, minus 102. And then 10 o'clock Marlins Dodgers. Edward Cabrera and Yoshi Yamamoto. Dodgers minus 295. Marlins plus 240. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Marlins plus 1.5 is plus 108. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 130. I'm going to go with the over because of the Dodger lineup. Alrighty. Now move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today, including Champions League and a lot more. The Pro League, Al Hilal over Al Ali 2-1. La Liga didn't have anything. That it must have been Serie A. Yes. Premier League, Crystal Palace over Man United 4-0. Serie A, Atalanta over Salernitana 2-1. Udinese Napoli 1-1 draw. League 1 yesterday. How did I miss that? Lyon over Lille 4-3. Dutch Eredivisie, NEC over Excelsior 3-0. And Liga MX from Sunday, Pachuca over Necaxa 2-1. And then Wednesday, we have the first leg, Guadalajara Toluca. So that's the 3-6. And then Pachuca America is 1-7. So we got to keep our eyes out for those playoff games for Liga MX. So we'll do that tomorrow. We have a Champions League game today, 3 o'clock. PSG, Dortmund semifinals, second leg. Dortmund leads 1-0 on aggregate. PSG to advance is -148, and Dortmund is +120. But the money line, PSG is -210, Dortmund's +470. The draw is +410. But for here, I'm going to go under 3.5 goals at -118. I'm quickly going to see if there's more soccer today or not that we must get into. We have U.S. Open Cup. So that's fun. 7 o'clock, we have Pittsburgh and FC Tulsa. Pittsburgh -10, Tulsa 5-1. The draw is 3-1. Over 2.5 goals, -116. 7:30 is Atlanta United against Charlotte. Atlanta -600, Charlotte's 12-1. The draw is +550. Over 3.5 goals, +130. Houston Dynamo against Detroit City. Houston -240, Detroit +550. The draw is +320. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at -104. 8:30 FC Dallas and Memphis 901. Dallas -60, Memphis 6-1. The draw is +330. I'm going under 2.5 goals at -108. 10 o'clock, Orange County SC and Loudoun United. Orange County -145, Loudoun +370, draws +260. Over 2.5 goals, -118. San Jose, Oakland. San Jose -460, Oakland 10-1, the draws +450. Under 2.5 goals, +104. And 10:30, Sacramento Republic and Monterey Bay. Sacramento -200, Monterey +470, the draw is 3-1. For this one, I like under 2.5 goals at -116. So we also have the Scottish Premiership promotion and relegation playoffs, first leg at 2:45. Aradorians and Patrick. Aradorians +135, Patrick +185, draw +220. So for this one, I'm going to do Adriorians at +135. So that's it for notable soccer. To the portfolio. So I made a future last night that doesn't look as good because of how this team performed in its first 2 games. I laid $1. The Denver Nuggets to win the title. The Dallas Stars to win the Stanley Cup. Inter Miami to win the title in soccer. And the Phillies to win the World Series. So Denver NBA is 5-1. Dallas NHL is 5-1. Inter Miami +190. And then the Phillies are 12-1. Altogether, that is over 135-1. So I laid $1 on it. But like I said, I don't like the look of that one. And I might do another one and include the Minnesota Timberwolves in it instead of the Denver Nuggets, and maybe we'll see how the New York Rangers perform. Maybe we'll do them in the parlay instead. And then the same to Phillies and Inter Miami. Okay, now move on to the news and notes for today. Tonight's the NHL Draft Lottery. So the number one overall pick is projected to be Macklin Celebrini. Doesn't this have all the makings of the Blackhawks again, and then they pair him with Connor Bedard? Doesn't have all the makings. I mean, is that the team that needs it, though, is the question. I'm going to say no. The team that needs it is the San Jose Sharks. They need talent. They need young talent. They can't be as bad as they were again. The San Jose Sharks need him. I don't think the Chicago Blackhawks need him. They have Connor Bedard, who's going to be a better pro than Celebrini. And that's nothing against Celebrini. I think Celebrini's going to be a good pro, but Bedard was the best prospect to come out since McDavid. And some are even saying Sidney Crosby. So we'll see where he lands. I predict it's going to be the Blackhawks. Although I think the Sharks need him. I think the new Utah franchise can use him. But let's not forget how these rules work with the draft lottery. Only a certain number of teams can get the number one pick. So, the San Jose Sharks, 25.5%. Chicago's 13.5%. Anaheim's 11.5%. Columbus, 9.5%. Montreal, 8.5%. Utah, 7.5%. Ottawa, 6.5%. Seattle, 6%. Calgary, 5%. Devils, 3.5%. Buffalo, 3%. And then everybody else is out of the running for the top pick. Like, Pittsburgh can't get it. Philly can't get it. There's a couple teams that can't get it. The Blues can't get it. But I think Pittsburgh traded their pick to somebody. But Pittsburgh also, I think, has Carolina's pick in the Gensel trade. But that's obviously going to be in the late 20s, early 30s. Maybe even the mid-20s if they lose in this round. Actually, no, it wouldn't be because it's regular season based, and then the Final Four. They base it off the playoffs in the NFL. The NBA, it's regular season based. And in baseball, it's regular season. It's all regular season based in baseball. So, I think Chicago wins the lottery. San Jose is going to be second. Anaheim third. That's my guess. And I think there's a possibility but here's a rule. No team can win a lottery draw more than twice in a 5-year period. And if the Blackhawks win again this year, they won't be eligible to move up in the draft lottery again until after the 27-28 season. So that is really, really interesting. But I think Chicago wins the lottery tonight. But I could be wrong. We saw a missed call in the Pacers-Knicks game, as we talked about earlier. Zach Zarba admits mistake with kickball violation on Pacers late in Game 1. That was a really favorable call for the Knicks. That should have been Pacer ball. But then again, Brunson turned the ball over on the next possession. So Pacers couldn't take advantage of ball don't lie because that led to the phantom offensive foul call that should have been a no call. But the refs were the worst in that game. My God. Jalen Brunson's point total last night was 37.5. That was the highest among players in the playoffs so far. Pat Riley rips Jimmy Butler for saying what he said about how we would have beaten the Knicks and the Celtics if I was healthy. I love that Pat Riley ripped him. It's an unpopular opinion. Keep your freaking mouth shut, buddy. Your team's home. And you being injured is why. I get it. But you probably weren't beating the Celtics, or dare I say the Knicks anyway. Mike Malone was not happy with the officiating in Game 2. Victor Wembanyama got his Rookie of the Year award, and LeBron, Shaq, and Durant and others surprised Victor Wembanyama with the award. We talked about Walker Buehler coming back from Tommy John on yesterday's show. There was a car that crashed into Fenway Park as police were investigating an accident that occurred Monday morning. Yikes. Not ideal. Daryl Morey says that he wants to overhaul the roster. There'll be no continuity with the roster other than Embiid, Maxey, and Nick Nurse. And Pat Riley also makes it clear that Jimmy Butler is not on the trading block. The Lakers are eyeing Celtics assistant Charles Lee for its vacancy. That's interesting. Joe Mazzulla isn't that great of a coach, as you know. But we'll see who else is up for this job. Obviously, Jason Kidd signed an extension, so it's not going to be Jason Kidd. So the Royals tried for Luis Arraez before the Padres trade, so that is really interesting if he ended up going there. Oh, my goodness. Eli Manning said he didn't attend Tom Brady's roast, the Netflix thing, because he didn't want to roast him for a third time. You gotta love Eli Manning. That's great. The Vikings told Kirk Cousins that they plan to draft a successor, and that's part of why he left. Meanwhile, the Falcons already drafted his successor. So that's kind of ironic. Panthers signed Rashad Penny to reunite with Dave Canales. Utah football adds former Baylor basketball player Caleb Lohner. All right, also, the Cowboys were eyeing USC running back Marshawn Lloyd, as were the Giants before Green Bay picked him. So now Green Bay has Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon, and Marshawn Lloyd. The Broncos made a draft smokescreen as they ranked quarterbacks randomly based on its board to hide interest in Bo Nix. Huh. Ennis Rakestraw Jr. told his fourth grade teacher he'd speak about him if he made it to the NFL. Wow. That's crazy. Arthur Blankenshorst's Penix pick as he's on board with long-term stability at quarterback. Oh, my goodness. Snoop Dogg to sponsor the Arizona Bowl is the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl will be presented by Gin and Juice. Deion Sanders regrets ripping the critics as he clapped back at the fan that criticized Shader last week. Rudy Gobert sat in Game 2 because of the birth of his first child. And then we saw someone on the Bruins, the defenseman on the Bruins, had the birth of his second child, and he was at the game at time and scored a goal. And good on Minnesota for getting that done without Gobert. And then Victor Wembanyama got 99 first place votes as it's the 69th rookie of the year in NBA history. Chuck, after the game, said that the Wolves were sweeping the Nuggets, so we'll find out if he jinxed Minnesota or not. Anthony Edwards is tired of the Jordan comparisons, which doesn't surprise me. Anthony Edwards, I just think, wants to be his own self. Chris Finch called out Jamal Murray as he was throwing heat pack on the floor. Former 5-star TJ Power going to Virginia from Duke. That's interesting. Otto Thiero, formerly of Kentucky, follows John Calipari to Arkansas. Camilo Cardoso out 4 to 6 weeks because of a shoulder injury. That's not great for the Sky. Clay and the Orlando Magic have some interest as Clay is among several vets who think Orlando could make a real jump. And Paul George is likely testing free agency after failing to reach long-term deal. Wow. A ton of teams are after him, including Philadelphia. All right, my last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So there's a lot of things that I'm interested in for best bet. I like a lot of these baseball unders. They've been my baby this year so far in baseball betting. And the one I'm going to go with is the under in the Blue Jays-Phillies game, under 8, minus 110. I just don't like how the Blue Jays offense has performed this year, and Jose Barrios, I think, will pitch well as well. So I'm going under 8, minus 110. And Chris Sanchez has pitched good, so I think this has like 3-2 written all over it. So I'm going under 8, minus 110 between the Jays and the Phillies. So there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow, recapping everything, look ahead to everything else. I might actually do a special show tonight to predict the NFL schedule because that comes out on Thursday. So I might do my schedule prediction show either tonight or tomorrow, depending on the situation. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.